Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Baloo the Bear, and here on the channel I keep crypto simple. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button or leave me a follow on Twitch. So we're going to talk about market conditions right now. Equities and traditional finance is getting a little bit of a spook. Everybody's worried about this new variant of coronavirus. Who's to say that that's what's pushing the price down? Who's to say that maybe the price is pushing the news? That's up for debate, but basically there's a lot of fear in the markets right now. There's a lot of extension, so we're seeing a little bit of an unwinding that is carrying through not only in the equities market, but seeing that in cryptocurrency as well. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance, total market cap, and a couple of popular coins, Cardano, Shiba Inu, and Axie Infinity, and see what we can see what's going on in the markets. Are we going to go down to much lower levels, or are we going to get a recovery? So with that, let's take a look at the king of all crypto, and that is Bitcoin. All right, so taking a look at Bitcoin on the daily, we just got our daily candle close. We're inside of this channel here. This is kind of the last point of support at this point. You know, if it's unable, if the bulls don't show up here to get a bit of a reversal at the bottom end of this channel, we're going to see some retracements down to some lower levels. So right now we're testing the previous high of the last consolidation. So right now, you know, we're on top of a support level. That is good. And when we carry this back, you can see a lot of confluence in this general area here as we found it as support here, a little bit of support here, and then finally a capitulation back test type scenario back there. So very important level to hold. If we do not hold it, we're going to be heading down to the low 40s. I would anticipate somewhere in this general area right around here would be what I would anticipate we see if we do get some lower levels. And that's kind of, there's a lot of confluence in this general area. We can actually pull that all the way back to way back here. Ton of confluence. So a very, very significant support. This is a rock solid support here. Yeah, it's at targets that you don't want to talk about, but this is rock solid support. So I would definitely be looking in that zone if we do in fact find come down to those levels. I would be very interested to be a spot buyer in that general area, but I am still leaning bullish. I think we have a lot of confluence in this area. If we turn on the alphanumerics indicator, we can see that we're approaching the 200 period moving average. The wave is red. We do have a bearish cross on the daily, so as far as the alphanumerics indicator is concerned, we are bearish, but there is several confluent areas of look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance sitting on top of our targeted area for a support level. There is a possibility that we do have a reversal from this area. So typically when Bitcoin has a shakeout, it really stalls the altcoins. The altcoins are not going to move until Bitcoin has a continuation. Bitcoin kind of leads the charge. So if we were to get a reversal, we could see Bitcoin dominance begin to head up to some higher levels. Whether or not that breaks the previous high or not, again, yet to be seen. Let's take a look at total market cap. Total market cap falling outside of the channel right now. So we do need the bulls to show up. Still holding key support that we established back here. This was the all-time high. We got another high right here, and we have flipped that into support. So we are testing that support area right now. It's not over for the bulls just yet, but the bears are definitely having their day, and it is looking quite bearish out there. But I still have no reason to flip my bias as of yet. So things are looking okay. Let's just catch up with the chat before we get into Cardano. First time viewer, we're going to zero. We're going to fucking zero. We're going to zero. Damn straight we're going to zero, so I hope you got your shorts in. Bitcoin is dead and will drag all of crypto to zero with it. Wow, we got some real fun sentiment in the chat today. Clearly coming from some viewers who don't really understand decentralized finance and don't really understand what's actually going on. But I appreciate your comments and I appreciate your sentiment nonetheless. Sushi went to $6. Did you buy? Let's take a look at Sushi right now. I did not buy. I think that in the case of Sushi, momentum is really lackluster as it stands right now. But you know, we're going to come down to the lower end of the range. So this is proving to be kind of a double bottom accumulation. So the lower end of this will take some time. there's no rush on Sushi. The fundamentals of Sushi are still really strong. I'm very bullish on Sushi overall, and I do plan to average down in this general area, but it's we're gonna have to, yeah, it's coming down to the lower end of the range for more testing, so we'll probably be in the $6 range for a few weeks on Sushi. Link still in play. We can take a look at Link. Actually, I should be taking a look at the other ones first. You know what, let's get through Cardano and the other ones here. So for all the Cardano fanboys out there, I tried to tell you, I really did try to tell you, you know, it was not looking good for Cardano. We had a massive rally into the Alonso hard fork. It's been how many weeks now since that fork? Let's take a look here. We have, since the Alonso hard fork, we are in week 12. 12 weeks, Cardano family, 12 weeks without a single decentralized application built on Cardano. Cardano development is sluggish. Developers are pretty hard to find in general, and if you are going to be a Cardano contributor, you have to learn Haskell coding language. There are not many developers that know how to code in Haskell. It's hard enough trying to find coders that can code in Solidity. So good luck to the decentralized applications being built on Cardano. I tried to tell you, we really needed to hold this $2 level. We're now below it. Bearish test. It's not looking good for Cardano. Hate to say it, but our targets are see you down at $1. You know, we're back down to $1. It's tested the dollar range many times. So, you know, it's got a lot of support down at $1. We'll have to see what happens if the volume picks up in that general area, but the volume is declining overall throughout this consolidation. What can I say? Cardano's a shitty fucking coin, and it's going down like it should. Shiba Inu also heading down. The next area of support for this dumb fucking shitcoin is going to be down in this general area right here. I would be looking to scoop some up. If you get to 0.000029, you could have some support there. You might get some psychological support at around 3,000. But the trend is your friend until it ends, my friend. And this trend is down, heading down right where it deserves. Another fucking shitcoin call out. Now another one. This is the project that I do like, but I do want to kind of warn people that the metaverse is getting pretty overheated overall. We're watching Sand, just Moon. We're watching Decentraland, just Moon. We're seeing all of these metaverse tokens just freaking Moon. So we're clearly in the later stages of a mania phase as far as metaverse and NFT gaming is concerned. It is one of the hottest sectors. So if you are exposed to that area, you know that if you were accumulating during the accumulations, we're now in that environment where you're going to want to harvest profits. AXS kind of forming a head and shoulders formation. We did have a choppy consolidation down here, and we had a very distributional formation down here. So what ended up happening though is there was an adjustment to the tokenomics, and that caused a pump. So the interesting thing about AXS is the team does have a lot of sway in their ability to affect the tokenomics of this. So maybe they step in at the nick of time again and we get another pump. But as it stands right now, this consolidation is really weak. We're seeing just an abysmal amount of volume in this general area. Just horrendous amounts of volume. Look at how small the volume is right now. Nobody's buying AXS. You know, a portion of that could be contributed to the staking. You know, there was a bunch of volume right here, but we were already really low in volume. So I don't know if this is just making its way over to the decentralized side of things and we're just not seeing it show up in the order books on central services. But as it stands here on Binance, just terrible volume for the AXS token. I personally believe that this would actually be a really good thing to get a retracement down to this kind of general area at around 60-50 bucks, some 70-75 bucks, something around there, because this is going to re-incentivize the breeding. It's very expensive to breed. So if we can get the price of breeding down, we're going to get the breeders breeding more Axies. That's going to burn more SLP, and that will kind of equalize the balance that we're seeing, because right now there's just too many people playing. We're minting too many SLP tokens to hold up the price. So, you know, getting a little bit more breeding incentive out there would be a good thing. And now we were going to go take a look at Chainlink. So let's take a look at Chainlink here. Chainlink. It's looking like it wants to continue its accumulation. So no breakout as of yet. No breakout as of yet. We're still kind of in this accumulation formation right now with kind of a little bit of a downward trajectory in the local range here. Volume, not fantastic. We are in very oversold conditions, but it's looking like continuation for oversold. So potentially maybe we get a find a support range. You know, if we do continue this bearish trend, we could be looking for support down at around 20 bucks. Nice psychological level at around $20. So yeah, it is what it is. For Link, I'm sure that Chainlink will get its day in the sun again, but as it stands right now, there's not a lot of intrinsic demand for retail to be buying Chainlink outside of the world of speculation. Wrecked. Can't see the YouTube chat on the screen. Baloo, we riding Lobis together. Yes, we are riding Lobis. I just took a position in Lobis. Opinions on the open interest in BTC, please. Well, the open interest would have, we probably would have had an unwinding event recently, so we've probably dramatically reduced the amount of open interest in BTC right now. So, you know, it's anytime we have a move down, you're going to kind of get, if anything, if the open interest is going up and we're heading to the downside, that's just people stacking on shorts, which is a good thing to get a short squeeze. ADA holders in shambles. Take a look to Sol and Avalanche. Both of those are, Avalanche has had a hell of a rally. Let's take a look at Avalanche right now. So definitely in take profit territory on Avalanche. It's actually not looking too crazy on the logarithmic. Let's take it off of log. So at this point, the extension looks like it maxed out at the 1.272. So let's do a retracement to kind of get a generalized area where we could see Chainlink Avalanche retrace to. So right now we're currently sitting on the 0.5 retracement. If the bearish trend continues, I'd be looking at the 618. So you'd be looking at around $90 to be scooping up some Avalanche for re-entry. Or an addition to the position. I don't think that we're done with Avalanche. There's a lot of development that is happening on Avalanche. We're seeing more and more dApps pop up. We're seeing more and more integrations pop up. So the fundamentals are really strong, and there's going to be an intense demand coming towards Avalanche as new users are onboarded. Worth shorting? I typically don't short anything in a bull market. We are in the later stages of a bull market. Being able to predict when to close that short, if you're trying to scalp, yeah, you can short on a scalp, but you know, that's not my typical MO. AXS, worth shorting again. You know, I don't typically short. You know, this would have looked like a picture perfect short, but then the team came in and they made an adjustment to the token model and it freaking mooned. That can happen again. The team has kind of a manipulative play with the AXS token. They can manipulate how these things are valued. And we've seen that time and time again with Axie Infinity. So you do have to be careful trying to predict the actions of the top secret team. They're very secret with their announcements, so it's hard to know what is going to happen with them. If you're not following the indicator, what is your sell price since we are teetering on the edge? I'm going to have to watch for a market breakdown in structure. So it's not a price, it's going to be a structural thing, probably coming from total market cap. If we fail here and bearish test under here, then I'll be forced to close some positions and lose some exposure. But there are a lot of positions that I hold that are just long-term positions that I still see value in. Full-on bear market, I'm just not convinced. I'm simply not convinced that we are in a bear market. Call that a fool's mirage or whatever you want to call it, but there's just nothing in the on-chain nor on the fundamentals. The fundamentals of cryptocurrency have never been strong. They're completely changing what it means to be a market maker in decentralized finance, and they're one of the projects that I'm most bullish on, and they're going to offer a lot of opportunity for bullish price action in cryptocurrency as a whole. That one project is pretty profound, so go do your own research on Olympus DAO and their governance fork, Lobis. There you go, hating on ADA as always. It's such an easy coin to hate. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's at the top. It's just a bunch of people hodling a dumb fucking pet rock. Fuck Cardano. Cardano's useless. Sick of it. Sick of talking about that shit coin. Hey, Charles Hoskinson, why don't you go build a dApp? Like one. Just build a dApp. One dApp, please. Build a dApp so I can stop shitting in your project. Any thoughts on Monster Infinity? No, not really. Wyckoff distribution on the daily, 3-day looks bad, monthly looks like an M. On Bitcoin? How does this gaming coin trend play out, do you think? I think the gaming sector overall is really overheated. It's overvalued. There's been too much markup. We need a flush out, okay? There's too many projects that don't have games. There's too high a valuation overall. We need an unwinding. What does that mean? Devalue the whole fucking sector. We need to go back to people not caring. We need to go back to, gaming isn't really this profitable, like, amazing place that's going to change the world. Guys, it's just games. Like, Axie Infinity. You want to play Axie Infinity? You got to buy 3 Axies. The cheapest Axies you can get are like $200. $600 for somebody to enter into a game? Wake the fuck up. It's not real. It's not reality. It's just not. Nobody's going to do that. You're not going to get global adoption when it costs like $1,000 plus to get a competitive game team in a game. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Way too much hype. Every second crypto YouTube video is about the metaverse or fucking crypto gaming. It's a mania phase. We're in the mania phase. It's irrational exuberance. It's euphoria. And it doesn't make sense. So, it's going to end badly. It's going to end badly for the metaverse. It's going to end badly for NFTs. It's going to end badly in a lot of different ways. And that's when I'm going to be looking to scoop it all up because it is valuable. There are valuable aspects to it, but the whole sector as a whole is really, really overheated. Mover. I don't really need to chart Lobis or Olympus because they don't really work that way. There's too many variables that go into these kind of DAOs. So it's just, I mean, we can look at Ohm, but it's not going to tell you much. Yeah, I don't see another expansion phase in Ohm until we can break this downward sloping line of resistance. So as long as we're underneath this resistance, I'm looking for it to capitulate. I'm looking for it to head to the downside. I'm looking for a nasty like 30-40% retracement. I would love to scoop Ohm at anything below $500. I got a target down here at 370. I'm not convinced it'll make it that far, but Olympus is what I anticipate. I think that Olympus is going to $10 and you know, some other number, $500. It might just do this forever. It might do that forever because, you know, it has nothing to do with the price going up to really, really high levels. It has to do with the rebasing and the building out of the supply of the currency. So it's probably like an oscillator. I think it'll just kind of range between $500 and $1,000 for most of its existence until we get to like a billion supply in Ohm. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, this is a very interesting project. They're trying to be a backed reserve asset for DeFi. It's pretty... What will prevent Lobis from rug pulling? There's no potential to pull liquidity to be a rug pull. You can look at the block explorer. When it's not locked liquidity, it'll have a little symbol of a contract. If it's not there and more than 50% of the liquidity is unlocked, then you have a potential rug. You don't have a potential rug with these DAOs. Okay, let's take a look at Alchemix. One of my favorite protocols out there. Lagging. Ooh, down to $300 on Alchemix. So still in the accumulation range. I'm wanting to see this kind of level hold, obviously. If it doesn't hold, then we're coming right back down to 250. So, you know, I have to entertain the bearish side of things right now because we're seeing a lot of negative price action and I don't see a general support in this area. I guess you could see some support right here. There's some significant support / resistance flips in that general area. Let's turn on the VPVR here. Take a look. Yeah, so we're below the point of control here on Alchemix. But we do have some volume in this area as well. I don't know. It's we need to see a reversal. The whole market's still connected to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't behave, the whole market doesn't behave, and that's just it. So, you know, we're not decoupled from that yet. So if Bitcoin reverses, Alchemix reverses. If Bitcoin reverses, Curve reverses. If Bitcoin reverses, Shiba Inu reverses. It doesn't matter what it is. Your price correlation is directly connected to Bitcoin's performance. Love it or hate it, that's the reality of the situation. One day we will decouple, but that day is not today. So just, you want to know where your alt pivots? Pivots when Bitcoin pivots. Not charting, but what are the things that might prevent Ohm from becoming global? I don't know. Ohm is an incredibly well thought out protocol run by very smart individuals. Those people running that DAO know exactly what they're trying to do. They know exactly what they need to do to gain a control over DeFi, not only a share of the liquidity, but also a share of governance. They're priming to be the fucking bank, the central bank of DeFi. That is what Ohm is trying to do, and there's, from what I can see, there's nothing that's going to stop them. Incredibly smart individuals behind that project. Hi Blue, any thoughts on Monster Family? Yeah, no, I already mentioned that one. Yeah, we can take a look at one, I guess. Haven't looked at one in a while. One, it doesn't look bad. One doesn't look bad at all. It looks like it's ready for continuation, actually. We just broke out of this long-term accumulation. We're testing it as support. We're in the backup phase. We're seeing this in a couple other assets as well. We're just in this backup phase. So as long as this range remains valid, meaning that as long as we don't collapse back down into the range, it's looking good. We're seeing other assets that are coming back down into the range, like Sushi, Alchemix. So, you know, those ones aren't looking nearly as good as what's going on here with one. What I don't like is the amount of volume right here. Now, the thing to consider is Harmony just kind of, I don't know exactly when they went live. I don't know when their mainnet went live, but they're a DeFi protocol. So a lot of that, you know, one is used for gas to interact with all of these smart contracts. So maybe a ton of the liquidity is just leaving Binance because it's going into DeFi, and that's resulting in low trading activity, at least here on Binance. Or it's just the fact that people on Binance just aren't trading Harmony with the same level of volume. But structurally speaking, we haven't broken anything. It doesn't look bearish right now. What was yesterday's bar? Still a 14% down bar, but yeah, it's structurally, it's sound. It hasn't broke any critical structure just yet. Bitcoin distribution on the 3-day. I mean, you're looking at this as an upthrust, which is valid, but it doesn't confirm until a sign of weakness. So that's the thing that kind of most people struggle with. Like, if you're gonna do the Wyckoff method, when it breaks below this, so we're back down to 28 and then get an LPSY below that breaking structure. Now we have a distribution. Right now we have a structure that has a high, a low, a higher high, and now we're printing our higher low. And in the local range, we have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. So in the local range, it's fine. And on the macro, we just printed a new higher high without a lower low. It's not that big of a deal on the macro. I think that we hold support here. What do you think of the new COVID variant, which may force the world to lock down again, and its effect on the market, stock, and crypto? You know, I don't... The COVID shakeout, okay? Now, nobody was prepared for this. No financial market was prepared for this meltdown. Now, everybody's expecting this, okay? If we're talking about shutting down the economy and this, that, and the other, like, everybody who's scared of this, let me just write it down right here. Every single investor who's scared of that actually happening now has sold. It's gone. Because nothing had ever happened like it. We'd never seen a pandemic meltdown like that before, and nobody was able to hedge or prepare for that. Where we are today, everybody is expecting this. We've already sold and we've held support. So to me, crypto is fucking bullish, guys. Crypto is bullish. The things that are happening right now in cryptocurrency, it's amazing to watch all of this stuff coming to fruition and watching how the economy is developing. Then Jesus Christ, that is quite a divergence in fundamentals between technicals. But you know, we're holding support here. There's a lot of supply in the area. There's a lot of negative sentiment. The DXY has been mooning. DXY has been on a rally. Bitcoin has not been falling, so we're decoupling from the DXY. We're showing resilience compared to the equities market. Crypto's fucking strong, guys. Crypto is fucking strong. It's strong. Strong. It's strong. Scared, you buy things. You buy things and you listen. You listen to advertisers. You do this. You behave in certain ways. Fear and greed, man. It's the primal emotions. Fear and greed. Stream skip 80% of your answer? I'm sorry. Just got my parents into stablecoin yields and they couldn't believe it. Exactly. Exactly. It's the yields. Wake up, people. It's the fucking yields. The yields are the best in crypto compared to any other market. Period. It's the best. Not by a little bit, by a lot. You can sit in cash and outperform the S&P 500. When people wake up to this and realize this, fuck equities, fuck commodities, fuck Forex. What the hell are you doing there? It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your investments with incredible asymmetry to the upside. And then when you're successful, sit in cash and receive 20%? 20%. Scared of. I'm not going to discredit that. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, period. There's been a lot of uncertainty for a very long time, and people want answers and we can't get them. So every time we move one way, the whole world moves that way, and then we move another way, and we're flip-flopping, like, who's in charge, what's happening, are we good, are we bad, are we opening, are we closing, are we locked down, are we free, what's going on? You know, there's a lot of volatility in the sentiment, and people just want answers. But when I look at the charts and when I look at the fundamentals of what's happening, specifically in cryptocurrency, this is fucking bullish. We are in a very bullish asset class. It's so incredibly strong. It's so strong, I think it'll make the world collapse because the old system will be destroyed as a result of this system. The old system will be destroyed as a result of cryptocurrency. So I don't know how to interpret that. I don't get it. 20% Anchor, yeah, and that's, you can do it on Anchor. You can get 20%. You were getting 20% on Alchemix for DAI. That's dropped down recently. A lot of people going into Alchemix, so that pool is draining. You can point your liquidity in a bunch of different areas. You can also just farm project tokens that you like. So if you like Curve, you just stake your liquidity on Curve, receive a yield of around 5 or 6% in stables, which is great, but then you also get a 15 to 30% boost in Curve tokens. So you place your cash and you get crypto. There's so many different strategies that you can do in DeFi, and you know, everybody's just going to wake up to this one day, and then we'll have a super cycle. The super cycle is going to be everybody ditching equities and coming for crypto. Are the yield rates sustainable? Taking all of the capital inefficiencies of the traditional system out. There's no banker. There's no fucking lobbyist. There's no fat cat. There's no skyscraper downtown. There's no bank teller at the corner. There's no buildings you have to pay for. It's just capital efficiency, peer-to-peer. And that's it. When you don't have to pay anyone, well, you save a lot of fucking money. And that money goes directly into your pocket. So it has nothing to do with the fact that crypto's new, and everything to do with the fact that crypto is extremely capital efficient. You do tutorials on this? Yes. We do a lot of DeFi stuff in the private group. That reminds me, I'm just getting so worked up talking about DeFi and stuff. I forgot to plug Black Friday sale. I'm having a Black Friday sale for anybody who wants to get into VIP. I'm offering 50% off my yearly package. That's a big discount. It's a big discount. $250 gets you in for the year. So if you've been on the fence, you've been waiting for me to talk about some sort of discount that was more than, a month or something like this, this is a huge discount. This is the opportunity for you to get into the group. In order to redeem this discount, you need to come into the Discord server first and DM me so that I can give you a coupon code. Okay, so it's a big discount. I'm not going to have these links just floating around. I want to see that you're an active participant in the Discord group. So you need to come into the Discord, DM me, and I'll give you your coupon code for the 50% off of the year. So anybody who's in the server now and you're on month to month and you want to get a discount for the year as well, you can feel free to DM me and we'll get you set up for the year. So big discount, Black Friday. Somebody's got to do some Christmas shopping, so I got to beef up the accounts, and I'm offering a very steep discount for you guys. So there you go. That's the pitch. That's the pitch. What do we got in terms of charts here? I know there was some others. How much time do I got? I got some time. Mover. We didn't look at Mover. One here somewhere. Come on. It's not that new. KuCoin. Good old KuCoin. So we broke out of this falling wedge. Not a ton of volume coming through. Not a ton of follow through coming through. Please explain Lobis. Sure. Yes, I'll explain Lobis. we're currently kind of falling down right now. So we do want to see volume kick back in, but it's just, yeah, we're kind of consolidating here. It's not it's not showing strength one way or the other. We're not showing a conviction to the upside. We did get a ton of supply come in at this area. You can see this huge wick. So a ton of supply came in. It looks like we're having to work through that supply. I would be looking to scoop up a position here, kind of near the breakout where we originally broke out here. I'd be looking down here. So anywhere from 275 to 240 potentially would be a good area to scoop up some Moonriver. I don't think it's I think it's more hyped than the applications have been built. There's more hype than there are applications is what I'm saying. So we'll have to see if we can get a move down to that point. All right, so Lobis, getting a few questions on Lobis. So Lobis is kind of a strategic play for Olympus DAO. This is going to get pretty technical and probably boring for some of you, so feel free to leave, I guess. So Lobis is going to be the governance arm of Olympus DAO. Olympus DAO is trying to be a decentralized reserve currency. It's trying to be a central bank of DeFi. In order to do that, it needs to suck up a ton of liquidity. Once it sucks up that liquidity, it needs to work with different protocols as a market maker to be kind of this central source of liquidity so that these dApps can operate. Now, one of the easiest ways to have a say on these other DAOs, a say on these decentralized applications and how they are governed, is to have a very large voting share of the governance tokens. If you want Curve to behave a certain way, if you want to have a say in how Curve operates, you need a shit ton of Curve tokens. If you want a say in how liquidity is directed on Tokamak, if you want to vote on the Tokamak reactor, you need a shit ton of tokens. If you want a say on how the Frax ecosystem is run, you need a ton of Frax tokens, FXS tokens, specifically for governance tokens. Now, the reason that Olympus didn't do this is because Olympus's treasury is stable. Olympus's treasury is very structured and very stable, and it has a ton of low risk value inside of it. Lobis, and pretty much that's it. It's going to be just a treasury. Anything that Olympus wants, they can talk to Lobis and say, hey, vote on Curve to do this so that we have a strategic partnership with Curve. Go over to Frax, make sure that this thing happens, go and vote. It's a lobbyist. It's so fucking brilliant what they're doing. And you're rewarded for about a 500% APY currently on the Lobis token. But yeah. It's a really cool project, Lobis. Go look it up. TLM looks great. Why can't I super chat you? Because I don't do ads. I don't monetize my channel. So because I don't monetize my channel, you can't pay me. But I appreciate you wanting to super chat me. Cheers, buddy. Let's take a look at TLM. This is looking really good. What is TLM? This is quite nice, actually. So beautiful retest, sign of strength. I guess I've looked at this in the past because I've got some drawings on it. But yeah, we've overtaken this resistance back test here. I'd be going down to the 4 hour, and we want to see some structure develop down here. So preliminary supply, buyer's climax, will probably come back down and test this area of around 35 cents. I anticipate a bit of a range here. You know, especially if Bitcoin kind of dumps again. If Bitcoin dumps again, it's going to take a lot of time to repair what's going on with the altcoin. So I would expect a little bit of a consolidation, allow a few points of interest to develop. I would be probably looking at this area for a breakout. So right at around 45 cents. If you get a good confirmation on volume above 45 cents, I think that would be a good move. Any dip into this box at all, any dip below 35 cents would be a good buy. It's looking good. I like it. Take a look at 1 inch. First time. Okay, so a ton of supply came in on 1 inch. I'm sure a lot of you kind of remember this massive, like, what the fuck was this moment with 1 inch where it just fucking took off like 150%. It was stupid. Market corrected, came back down, but it looks like it's overtaken a pretty key support / resistance area. So I'll highlight that for you right here. Right, oh, we can actually go further. It's all the way back. It's an old support line. It's looking really, really good. So as long as we can maintain support above this level, 1 inch is looking pretty good. It's looking a hell of a lot better than my Sushi, even though I think Sushi's a better project than 1 inch. But hey, it's not up to me to decide. It's up to the market participants, and the market participants like 1 inch. So hey, it is what it is. Looking good, little bit of a divergence, not much, but it looks like the RSI is holding more resiliency and holding support at this level harder than the price is. If we get a turnaround in Bitcoin, it's looking like we'll get a turnaround in 1 inch, and you might see a markup event in 1 inch. Not too shabby, looking decent. What's good? How's it going? First time chat. What about some Matic? Yeah, we can take a look at a somatic. So 53 or 50 support for BTC. So BTC, if we don't hold the support that we're at right now, so right now we're at about 50s, we're talking 40s, we're talking 42. So, you know, be prepared for that low move. If we continue to go down, it's going to be going down in a harder fashion. So be on the lookout for that. Have you ever collaborated with BitBoy? If so, how do you like it? If not, would you want to? As you can see by my subscriber count, I've clearly not collaborated with BitBoy. I would entertain it, but it would be very contextual. So, you know, BitBoy is BitBoy, and I've been caught on this stream saying that BitBoy is kind of an irresponsible shill, and there's moments where that is true, but what I'm kind of coming around to BitBoy in a little way, and that is the fact that he is saying that there's an end to this. He's saying that there will be an end to the market. He's saying that we're going to have a blow off top and a bear market. There aren't too many big YouTubers talking about that, so I'll give credit where credit is due, and I think BitBoy is not just Moonboy all the time. At least he says this stuff will come to an end one day, and there's a large viewership that believes him. So I think it's a responsible way to kind of take the bear side, because too many YouTubers are all bull all the time, and I think that that's inappropriate. So BitBoy does have a line, and he's willing to say, he's willing to put it out there that he thinks that there is an end to this. So that's good. In terms of me going on his show, I mean, it's great exposure. Why wouldn't I? I'm a small channel. It would be a really good leg up for me to get on the show and work with him. But yeah, it would be interesting to figure out what kind of a topic he would be willing to talk to me about, and vice versa. What would I be willing to talk about? Are we entering a bear market? I do not believe so. We don't have that structure. We don't have that structure yet. It's like saying it's going to rain eventually. Well, yeah, it is going to rain eventually. You get it. How do you find Balancer fundamentally? Would you mind looking at this chart as well? If Crown can get a big following, you can. Crown's a really good trader, man. Crowd deserves his crowd. I respect Crown a lot. I've endorsed him several times on this channel. He's a really good analyst and very entertaining individual. A little misogynistic, but hey, that's, you know, it's not uncommon in crypto. But yeah, he's a good guy. All right, I think I'm running out of time here. Where am I from? I'm from Canada, but I just move all over the place. Right now I'm in Los Angeles. Just got back from Bali. I'll be heading to Mexico soon. I just travel, trade, and make YouTube videos. All right, so that is all the time I have for today. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested in joining VIP, this is the biggest discount I've ever done. I probably won't do discounts this steep in the future, and it's only going on for 1 week. So you have 7 days to sign up for VIP at a 50% discount on the yearly package. In order to get your coupon to receive that discount, you need to come into the server. So there should be chat links for the Discord server. If you're on Twitch, just go to the About Me page and you can get into the Discord, or you can just go to the cryptojungle.com, go to the approve upon code to get 50% off the yearly package. Come learn DeFi, come learn trading, come learn, you know, we've got a ton of value in the server, specifically in regards to coaching, mentoring, DeFi, trading, all that stuff. So we'll see you in the group, and yeah, trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.